They thought it was over. The Whitmores had crushed us under chandeliers and whispered humiliation. I was the maid who dared to dream of love for the billionaire's son. And Alex? He was chained to a family name older than some New York skyscrapers. But what no one expected was how far love would make him go. The morning after the gala, the mansion didn't feel like marble and glass anymore. It felt like a prison. Staff avoided my eyes. Conversations stopped when I entered a room. And Alex's parents? Their silence was sharper than their words. Margaret and Charles had plans for their son mergers, boardrooms, power plays. And me? I was a stain on their perfect canvas. That night, I heard them. Behind closed doors, voices rising. She ruined you, Alexander. She will never belong in this family. The words weren't meant for me, but they sank deeper than any insult ever had. I packed in silence. Just a single suitcase. A few dresses, a photo of my mother, a book I'd been too busy to finish. The Whitmore car service wasn't waiting. Instead, I took the subway, the same one I'd ridden before I stepped into that mansion. Queen's air felt different. No chandeliers, just flickering neon. Bodegas still open at midnight, the rhythm of life without wealth. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. But every breath hurt, because love hadn't left me. I had left it, or at least, I thought I had. Meanwhile, Alex was unraveling. He stopped showing up at board meetings, skipped family dinners, ignored calls from investors. The empire built on his name no longer mattered. He was raised to believe legacy was oxygen. But now, he couldn't breathe without me. His parents tightened their grip. His father threatened to cut him off. His mother reminded him that Whitmores did not chase after maids. But for the first time in his life, Alexander Whitmore said no. No to the empire. No to the fortune. No to everything but me. I was working late at the cafe in Queens, just another night wiping down counters, pretending my heart wasn't breaking. The bell over the door rang. I didn't look up at first. But when I did, my world stopped. Alex stood there, rain dripping from his suit, his chest rising like he'd run through half the city. I walked away, he said, voice shaking. From what? I whispered. From all of it. The inheritance. The board. The Whitmore name. I don't want their empire if it means losing you. And then just 3 words. The only ones that mattered. I choose you. And in that cafe, with rain tapping against the glass, the impossible happened. The billionaire's heir gave up his crown for the maid who dared to love him. Love doesn't silence the world. It doesn't erase differences or disapproval. But it gives you courage. We didn't have the Whitmore empire. We didn't need it. What we had was real, late-night laughter, promises whispered under city lights, hands that never let go. And in the city of 10 million strangers, we became home to each other. Not Maid and Billionaire, just Alex and Izzy. And this time, it was forever. If this story touched you, don't stop here. Go back to where it all began in part 1 and see how a maid's first step into the Whitmore mansion changed everything. And if you believe in love that defies power, family, and fortune, hit subscribe, because more stories like this are waiting for you.